Hello and welcome, beautiful souls. I am Jess King. This is the Love Revolution podcast. I have launched several iterations of this podcast in the past, always with the intention of awakening love in the world. However, I think I used to have these ideas of how I wanted to grow this podcast, and I think perhaps I was maybe too goal-oriented, because now I just want to hold space. I just want to hang out with you in a room, but we're not all in the same place. Yet awakening the energy of love in the world continues to be my purpose. So why not just press record and restart? I mean, it's January after all. Isn't that when we restart? Even though it's not actually the new year. I know. Anyway, it is mid-January here in Los Angeles. I'm Jess King, a singer-songwriter, awakener of love in the world, human soul, passionate about humanity, about all of these systems of oppression being dismantled, about each of us tapping into our superpowers, owning who we truly are, remembering who we are as souls. There's so much that we don't know about ourselves that is coming back to us at this time, which excites me so much. So this podcast is going to be an authentic space. I'm going to call it a healing, loving space for everybody, 100% inclusive. We don't need to agree on things. We don't need to have the same perspectives. Are we even meant to? I don't know. But I'm here not to be a source of news. You have lots of news sources out there. If you're interested in that sort of thing. When I say news, I don't mean the Matrix news that is fed to us, but I mean actual, we can all find independent news out there, right? If you're tapped in at all, you can do that. I'm not here to give that to you. I'm not saying that I'm also not going to talk about what's happening in the world, because I'm a human and I care, so it's probably going to come up. However, the main intention of this podcast is to awaken the energy of love in the world, to help you navigate, just to be there with you. So and I know you already know that you're not alone, right? We have so much spiritual support. I'm sure you have people as well, family, friends, but not everyone does. It can be very challenging these times. It can be challenging when you feel like you're waking up and your friendships change and you feel alone, or you feel like all of your friends are virtual. I mean, I can relate to that. There can be moments in life when we feel alone, and that's okay too, because a lot of our healing does happen alone. If we don't take time by ourselves and we only are with other people, we don't have the depth of healing that we can experience alone. Of course, relationships also teach us a lot. It's not either or, it's really all of the above. But I say that because it's so easy not to be alone, in terms of, when I say alone, I mean to be connected. It's very easy to be alone and to feel alone for sure. Which again is not a bad thing, but it is great to have community. It's great to, and even if your community is, online friend around, an online friend around the world, a YouTube page, someone who inspires you, who you feel a kinship with, who motivates you, who helps you awaken to who you are. Because it's really about each of us awakening to who we are, which is love. And each of us has different gifts to share in the world. I feel so passionate about each of us waking up to that. I feel passionate about, I'm just going to throw things off as they come, because this podcast used to be called Heart First. There have been not so many names, but there have been a few names. But the intention has always been living from your heart. And this love revolution idea came because I feel very connected to the word revolution, which it's becoming very clear in many senses of the world that is what the world is experiencing right now. We're going through the love revolution. People are awakening to greater compassion, humanity, as all these systems that are these old matrix systems that have kind of caused us to be divided, or caused us to be more likely to choose to be divided, because I always want to activate free will. We always have choice. But now we're exercising a lot more discernment. We are being more intentional, right? With whom we spend our time. So important not to waste time and not to drain our energy. To set boundaries, incredibly important. It can be very, very difficult when we care about someone and we feel that there's that energetic drainage that can happen. That takes, when something is taking away from our peace, unless we are in some way, it's generally not a good thing, right? It's not a healthy thing, because we are ultimately here to take care of ourselves and to increase our vibrational frequency. If we are not taking care of ourselves, we can take care of no one. And it's easy to neglect when you care. The heart is our most valuable, it's an incredible superpower when we learn how to navigate being an emotional person, and prioritizing ourselves. And I share that for those who don't, because I know so many amazing people, myself included. Did I just call myself amazing? Maybe. But I know this is a very relatable feeling, right? Sometimes it's hard to say no. But when we do, we take our power back, and then we have more power for healing ourselves and for getting enough rest and for serving, being of greater service to ourselves and the world. It's primary. And when we don't do that, it leads to all sorts of things that are not good for us physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. Wow. So that's kind of the vibe of this podcast. I will be speaking off the cuff. I cannot tell you exactly what I'm going to talk about. I welcome your suggestions. If you want to share them, feel free to either put it in the comment of my YouTube or send me a message at jess@jessking.com. Just put in the subject, podcast idea or something that will pop out at me so I see it, and I will take it into consideration for sure. But the love revolution is something that I believe we're all involved in, each one of us. Once again, we don't need to agree on anything except that we're part of this awakening. Because we're all creating. We are, as human beings, we are creators. We're literally creators. If you are not, as long as you are not living passively, right? If you just you go through your day, go home, go to sleep. If you're just living on autopilot, yeah, you're still creating, but you're not creating nearly tapping into your potential in creative power. And a lot of that happens through trying new things, through watching something different, maybe this podcast, who knows, but really tuning into what makes you happy, what brings you joy, and making choices in your life that reflect who you truly are versus what is comfortable, what is expected of you. It's really tapping out of the matrix, the old matrix. The new matrix is forming, the new earth, whatever you want to call it. There's so many ways of saying the same thing. It's a new energy. It's a higher frequency world. You call it 5D, new earth, new matrix. This new earth energy, let's call it, it's all based on the frequency of universal love. Everything that we're seeing and experiencing right now as humans is because the old system, it's collapsing. And it's already, I don't want to say it's already done, but it is. It is happening now. It's going to be okay. It's not expected to be okay, for at least in our concept of chronological time. It's not expected to be okay for a while now, for another 6 or 7 years. But that's okay. We are the game changers. If you're listening to this, you are part of that. And again, maybe you're a journalist, maybe you're a human being, and you just, being kind to your neighbor, these very basic things that you're probably already doing, hopefully, are shifting the frequency of the world. We need to realize that we are the change. It is not solely an external thing. It's really coming from within us. When we heal ourselves, we are healing the world. And I'm all for, being active, however you are called to be, but everything you do needs to be coming from your heart, not from expectation or obligation. Everyone, once again, is led in a different way, and that's all beautiful. Gosh, I wish that more of us would stop judging one another for our ways of engagement and accept and encourage each of us to find what works, because part of that, I find that also incredibly beautiful, don't you? We are all different shades. We're just all different sparks of the divine, and that, I don't know, that just lights my heart up. So anyway, that's what this podcast is about, awakening love in the world. I will probably talk about what's happening in the world. Sometimes I'll talk about what's happening in the world. Sometimes I won't. I don't want to have rules. I don't want to be in a box. I love spiritual stuff. I'm very much into that. And I'm working on not apologizing as much because that's total BS and so annoying because it's very much in conflict with my true self. Not that I don't have humility. I do. And I very much do. But apologizing for having an opinion is a little bit insane. And that's something I'm still working on. Yeah. 20 years in the process. 20 plus years probably of that. And yeah, I want this podcast is a place where you are held, you are supported, you are reminded, I'm reminding you right now how divinely supported you are. Whatever you want to do, go for it. It's here for you. Whatever dream you have, you're having that dream for a reason. It exists in another timeline. It's happening right now. Let's tap into that timeline. Do I have all the answers? F no. I'm in this journey with you. I am just going to be real with you and love on you and remind you you're supported, and whatever you're going through in your personal life, in your professional life, like, you are part of this. Each of us, we are all connected at a soul level. We are human beings, different backgrounds, different everything, but yet we are one. And as is becoming more and more known in the world, and as mass consciousness is rising, anything that's hurting one person is hurting all of us. So the more we start to recognize that oneness, I mean, the capacity for change is astounding and amazing, and it's happening. It all comes back to love. Everything. Love Revolution Podcast. I'm Jess King. Happy to have you here. I believe I will be sharing these every 2 weeks on a Tuesday. In the past, I was like, I'm going to do this every week. And it just was not in the flow for me. I was here to share and create music, and I'm still doing those things. And music continues to be my primary thing. Wow, you hear that? It's another black helicopter. I don't know if any of you are fans of, or I shouldn't say fans of, but are into Maureen. I think she pronounces it Saint Germain, even though that's super funny to me because in French it's Saint Germain. But Maureen Saint Germain, amazing Akashic Records guide. Anyway, she talks a lot about black helicopters, and it feels like that was a sign for me to end this episode. Don't know how long the episodes are going to be, but I don't want them to be too long. So I think this is feeling right for today. All right. Hopefully I'll see you in 2 weeks or whenever I'm meant to. And regardless, sending you so much love, blessings, reminder you are supported. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Until next time, I'm Jess King.